Hi everyone, welcome to Edu-Astro. Today I'm going to throw some light on the most important aspect in astrology, that is what is a horoscope and why is a horoscope like the way it is. So the secret behind it, there has to be a reason for it. It just cannot happen that a horoscope is designed in a particular manner with some boxes and something happens. So if you understand this, it becomes very easier for you, though this topic is pretty vast and it requires a lot of deep study. However, in today's video, what I'm going to cover will be sufficient enough to have a good solid start and understanding to appreciate this entire concept. Okay. So let me share the screen and let us go through some events or activities or chapters which we have in our life to understand this concept better. So, what is the logic behind the boxes in the horoscope? Each box is called a house, and there is a logic behind it. Now, before moving there, let us see what our day to day life and our whole life consists of. That will give you a better understanding. So, the aspects in our life are somewhat like this: physical health, learnings, what we learn, communication, the way we speak, the way we uh, give our ideas, the way we receive ideas, love, fun, enjoyment. Love is not only with your girlfriend, but love for your children, love for everything, right? Loving yourself, relationships, be it personal or professional, social relationships, money, very important, daily routine, work, age, transformation, what there are different ages when you transform as an individual, as a personality. Those are very important. Then the higher learnings, the higher education, or the actual wisdom which you get throughout your life, the honor which you want, the reaping the benefits. So you have worked hard, you need to reap the benefits, right? Helping others, spiritual fulfillment, property, be it movable or immovable, like cars or uh, flats or lands or anything. Right? These are, in totality, the main aspects which we want to cover in our life. Our life goes around all these aspects, right? Now, look at the beauty of the horoscope. This is a North Indian horoscope and it has 12 boxes. The 12 boxes are in a chronological order. The order in which from the time a person is born to the time a person leaves the world, the order is exactly like that in terms of how the life goes. It starts from 1, goes through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 until 12. First house is the house where you are born, you are you, and 12th house is the house of exit. And in between, all the other houses represent other things. The first house is the house of yourself, your physical body, your physical health. Second house is the house of your wealth, dhan. Third house is the house of siblings or the way you communicate, who are around you, neighbors. Fourth house is the house of relatives, mother, and the joint family which you are in. There are many other things which will come to. Fifth house is the house of happiness, joy. The biggest happiness which you can get is of a child, right? So, happiness, joy, fun, enjoyment, all these things. Fifth house. Sixth house is the house of enemy, Ari, wherein you do your work. When you are doing something, you will certainly somehow or the other create some enemies. Seventh house is the house of Yuvati or wife, the opposite partner, your relationships with the people opposite to you, be it your partner, spouse, business partners, people whom you come across, all those. Eighth house, the house of longevity, Randhar, wherein it tells you How long are you going to live? What type of transformations will happen in your life? All these things are governed by the eighth house. Ninth house, the house of dharma, religion, or righteousness, right? Higher learnings. This is ninth house. 10th house, the house of karma or action, the karma which you are destined for, what you should be doing according to your personality, your path which you are taking, the actions of that. 11th house is the house of love or gains. Depending upon the karma which you do, the gains are decided and then you get those gains according. And 12th house is the house of vyaya or expenditure. That means whatever you have, either you are using it or you are donating it or it is getting wasted. Like that, nothing goes with you when you are going from this world. So that is how all these houses have been chronologically arranged for different aspects of life. Now let's see how the aspects which we have just discussed, which are in the yellow boxes, fit into these houses. Physical health goes into Lagna. Second house is for wealth and learnings. Learnings are your biggest wealth because that's when you learn everything from your family when you are very, 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 very small. Those principles, they get imbibed in you and that starts making you. Third house, house of communication, wherein you communicate with people with the learnings which you have and you start to do things. Fourth house, the house of mother, nourishment, relatives around you, what nourishment you get from everywhere, and property, be it movable or immovable. This is where this is your home. This is what you crave for, right? Fifth house is the house of fun, full enjoyment, which we have spoken about. Sixth house is the house of work, right? You work, only then you get some earnings. If you don't do anything, nobody is bothered about it. Daily routines is also sixth house. If you need to have a daily routine to get your work done, to create your enemies or overcome them, right? Seventh house, relationships, personal relationships, professional relationships, all come into the seventh house. Eighth house, as we spoke about, transformation, age. How do we transform through the age? And if somebody is thinking on the terms of death of eighth house, yes, eighth house does signify death, and death is also a transformation in the lifeline of your soul. Okay, so it is about transformation. Ninth house, higher learnings, the house of Guru, who will give you the higher learnings, the dharma, religion, righteousness, the house of Father. All these come into the ninth house. The house of the 10th house, the house of honor. Depending upon your karma, depending upon your actions which you take, you receive the honor or dishonor accordingly, right? So that is in the 10th house. Reaping the benefits come from the 11th house, love, gains, right? Here you are rewarded accordingly, according to your karma. 12th house is about helping others. Your whatever you have achieved and how when you help others to grow, that comes into the 12th house. Spiritual fulfillment comes into the 12th house because when you are leaving things and understanding that you need to grow up in life spiritually as a personality, 12th house helps you to do that. Regular income and money comes from 11th house, and the accumulated wealth is denoted by the second house. Okay, the social relationships are denoted by the 11th house. So you see, in this short example, what I wanted to depict was that if you look at the entire gamut of life, what we do on a daily basis, what we crave for on a daily basis, or what we want to achieve in the entire life, there are many faces to it. They can be clustered into different themes, and these themes are the same themes which are represented by our 12 houses in a house. Thus, it becomes easy for us to understand if there is a specific problem in a particular area of life, where do we need to concentrate and what type of fixations which are required or remedial measures which are required so that we can fix that issue. That is the entire concept. Okay, so have it, you have taken a look at what type of relationships the different stages or the phases of life have in the horoscope, right? This is how we actually are able to determine what goes behind the problem which a person is facing in a specific part of life. However, this is a very small example on a very broad basis. It's very deep. Every house has numerous signification, and it takes a lot of time to go through it and understand it. So, if you want to understand it in detail, you can join our courses. If you want some help on your specific problems in your life, you can ask, contact us for any consultations. The links and numbers, everything are given below. We are going to come back with another very interesting video on another topic very soon. Till that time, please do like, share, and subscribe, and do comment with whatever observations you have or experiences you have. And till then, have a very nice day. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.